Welcome back to Dean of Machines. Behind me is our 2012 TDI Jetta. As you know, we took this here TDI Jetta to Road Atlanta last year, just after I picked it up, and we made it one lap, and then it popped. So then we spent the next 2 months putting it back together. And yes, as you know, we complained the whole time. What a miserable experience. But while we had it apart, we did a Stevenson tuning, DPF and EGR delete kit. With that came a tuner, and we did the Eco delete, which gave us some pretty good mileage. What's your fuel mileage like in the TDI with the Eco tune? Well, I'm in Georgia right now, and let's drive to Mississippi and calculate the mileage for you. Don't tell anyone, but I fueled up and I already hit the trip, and we're a little over 125,000 miles, but here's what it is. Let's begin. Cruise set on 75. Just at 200 miles and we barely burned a quarter tank. Now's as good a time as any to beg you for a like or a comment, or maybe consider subscribing, since I'm out here in the wilderness alone at night, scared, naked. I mean, I'm not naked. Maybe I am. I wasn't kidding. I did actually mean I was gonna drive to Mississippi. I'm gonna go pee on the sign now. If you were wondering if it was necessary for me to drive 4.5 hours away from home and then drive back, I think so. Plus, why not go look at a creepy lake, right? Tibby Lake, West Point, Mississippi. This is a really weird old lake. Let's get home. For those torque fanatics questioning the Eco tune, you can man it in 4th gear on gravel and kick the old traction control on. Anyway. You should never get this low with fuel. You gotta do what you gotta do. 515 isn't bad. Let's see this. 14 gallons is every bit that I can get in this thing. All the way up the neck. This is the next day, and I just put fuel in it. Still at the gas station. Just filled up right in front of that guy there. And 583 for 14 gallons of fuel. That's 42 miles to the gallon. 41.7 something. Not bad. 42 miles a gallon for a Volkswagen. I mean, it's comfortable down the highway. What more do you want? I did get back to the house and have, I don't know, 50 miles left on the tank, so hooked the boat to it and you know, went fishing with the old lady. Honestly though, tows the boat pretty well. And I ain't afraid to stick it in the water. Is it me or is everybody else terrified when they pull on this flimsy handle? Because it likes to twist when you pull on it. It's not very sturdy. Anyway. Yeah. Alright. This is a 2-liter CJAA Volkswagen TDI. If you're watching this video, you probably have one, you want to buy one, or you've had a lot of problems with one and you're happy to be rid of it. Shortly after filming the 5,000 mile video, I had an issue with this car where the engine light kicked on and it gave me the P2015 error code, P2015. That's your intake flap. If you're curious about the 2015 error code, you just come in under your car real quick, pop the engine cover off carefully, and up under this guy here, seen here, is the actuator arm for your intake flap. What happens with the P2015 code is that actuator arm, the sensor for that, doesn't read correctly. It gives you an inadequate reading. So the fix for that, you can either replace the intake manifold or the whole solenoid, or what you can do is get one of these bracket kits for $8 off of Amazon. Link below. Noises. Oh. Funny story is, when I got that error code, of course I did what everybody does, which is probably why you're here. I Googled it, and I figured out you could get that little bracket for $8 or $9 on Amazon. So I, ordered one, and if you look behind me, the old motor is sitting there, and after I ordered it, a couple days later, I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder. And sure enough, I went over, looked down the intake on that guy, and I already had that bracket. So if you need one, leave a comment down below, or hit me up on Instagram at BratBratDean. I have a brand new bracket that can go to anybody. I'll just ship it to you. You can have it. Merry Christmas. Okay, full disclosure, this is 1 year later with the Stevenson tuning downpipe on my car. It seems to be holding together pretty well. It's not rusting or anything. I haven't had any issues with the quality of it. So, tune, same thing. Car runs good. Mileage is okay. I've never had any other tune, so I couldn't tell you. This is a TunemyEuro EGR block-off plate, because when you buy the Stevenson tuning stuff, it doesn't come with the full EGR removal kit. So you do have to buy a separate kit for that. I don't know what it is about this insulation, but squirrels seem to love it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, just close the hood, it's not a problem. I guess on the point of the exhaust note sounding as good as it does, the old lady pointed out that we always have to shut the car off whenever we get food out of a drive-through. They can't hear me over the glorious turbo diesel noises. So what? Who cares, right? By the way, I'm Dean, your host of the YouTube channel, Dean of Machines, if you can believe it. Around here, we do a lot of Volvo stuff. Like, that's a 240 turbo wagon. That's a pristine cream puff 240 wagon. We got Miatas, first gen RX-7. We got a couple FDs. We got the Amazon we pulled out of the woods after 35 years. And if you can see it, there's a turbo diesel swap Jeep in the garage. So if you like that kind of stuff, consider hitting subscribe. Another topic of discussion in this beautiful machine, upgrade, the solid or single mass flywheel. Yeah, we did it. It was a needs thing. It was the only thing that was available immediately, and that's what I did. I thought that when we blew the motor, I was hoping it was the clutch and that would be it, but turns out it was the motor. Found that out after I did the clutch, or after I ordered the clutch. I know, we did it. We did the Solidmass clutch. And yeah, it's noisy, and it sounds like the input shaft or maybe the synchros are slapping around like crazy in the transmission. 10,000 miles later, no issues yet. It is the Valeo single mass flywheel, and the Valeo clutch is also on it, obviously. If you happen to be watching this and you're from South Bend Clutch, or maybe you work with Malone Tunes and you want to send a Malone tune in a South Bend Stage 2 to me, that'd be pretty nice. We can work something out. Not that I have a problem with the Stevenson tune that I have. I think for the sake of science, it'd be great to throw a Malone tune on this thing. As far as the South Bend clutch, the Valeo clutch I haven't had nothing but concern about, because I've heard a lot of issues from ALH owners that Valeo clutches struggle at stock horsepower levels. I did slip this clutch with a stage 1 tune from Stevenson. I don't know, again, if it's the tune fault or Valeo fault, whatever, but if I could put a better clutch in it, might be interesting to see if it can hold the power. If you work for South Bend Clutch or work with Malone Tunes, let me know. DinoMachines2021 at gmail.com. That's everything that I've got as far as updates go. There's a lot of other issues with the car that have come up in the last 10,000 miles that have nothing to do with the engine and not the tuning. We did have the AC solenoid issue. Of course, if you have a 2012, if you have a CJA 2-liter turbo diesel Jetta Sportwagen or Golf and the AC is garbage, consider doing the AC solenoid on the compressor. I did get one of the Amazon special RKK solenoids. It was very easy to swap in. I can link it in the description, and the C-clip tool that you need to use for the compressor in the description as well. So those will be there. In fact, everything that I talk about in this video, if there's an Amazon link, I'll put an affiliate link in the description so you can go check it out. If your AC is running like crap and you've got yourself one of these Jettas or Golfs, or maybe, I think the Passat even has the problem as well, pick up the solenoid, swap the solenoid out before you do anything else. Of course, have it vacuumed out or vent the atmosphere if you're brave enough. AC works good now. Speaking of air conditioning, the AC wouldn't have to work so hard if this sunroof wasn't absolutely massive. I think this is my least favorite part about this car. I haven't had a chance yet to boil an egg on it, but I've been trying to make scrambled eggs on this sunroof. If I can knock it out before I post this video, then I'll throw it in the end, or it'll be a separate video, which might be fun. Either way, that sunroof is no good. And here's the other thing. Not only is this sunroof a massive hot plate, yeah, sunroof shade. So the old lady and I went fishing one day, and it was hot out, and the car was parked in the sun all day. Pull back up to the boat launch, grab the car, try to open everything up to let it air out, and hit the button. And this sucker is going back, and the fabric is just peeling off and just hanging down. It got so hot, it melted the glue off the damn thing. I haven't yet been quoted a price to fix this issue. I do know for a fact the entire headliner has to come out of the car, and I know that the entire sunroof has to come out of the car. The shade itself is only $45, but it's like $2,000 in work to try to get it pulled apart and replaced. So until then, call me bacon, because I be cooking in this son of a bitch. And it's incredibly noisy. It rattles all the fucking time. Like, it's just constant rattles. Oh, and yeah, the sunroof is just in general noisy. Of course, go figure, it's wet, so it's not going to squeal and squeak like it normally does. Gotta love it, man. The old lady and I do use this thing as our fishing rig, like I said, and whether it's taking the boat or just loading it with gear and just going fishing. Oops, you're good. You're good. Walk it out. Turns out we're a little too tall. Maybe we can just push this off the... Oh yeah, there it goes. Nailed it. Going down. Always latch them up. There it goes. Alright. Oh, and your safety chains. No matter if they're dragging on the ground or not. Yeah. There we go. There's one. Now we're safe. I only have a 4-plug, so this is probably fine. Remember, kids, if the car's not useful, you really don't need it. That ain't going anywhere. Maybe we got the tongue weight a little bit heavy. It's fine. Not gonna lie, it's kind of hot out today, but you probably want to know how I feel about towing with this thing. Well, I'm not gonna tow a 20-foot car hauler with my TDI. I mean, if it gets the boat to the lake, you know, is it really wrong? Is it really so bad? Unfortunately, in Georgia, you're only allowed 3 chain links on the ground, so this setup isn't illegal, and it's yeah. Well, so much for that idea. It was good while it lasted, though. See if we can do this backwards, though. Break the taillights. Perfect. Great for moving your mother-in-law back to the west side of Oz. It tows. Tows like a pro. Take you wherever you want. Doesn't struggle, that's for sure. I don't know what this trailer would do loaded though, because it's kind of heavy. Whatever. $72 for 14 gallons in this old girl. Makes a pretty good recovery vehicle when your old high-speed lawn tractor drops a tie rod and throws a tire. Up the hill we go. A couple beers and some poop welding, and tie rod's back together. Back to work. We do that a lot. It's not great as a fishing rig because it gets dirty really quick and I feel kind of bad. So I don't know how much longer this car is going to stay in our possession because we also need an actual tow rig. Because I've got a 20-foot car trailer and I got nothing to tow it. So if you want to trade this for your tow pig, let me know. I think that's enough slack jawing, jibber jabbering, waffling, as in Volvo might say. Thanks for checking this out. I wanted to make a quick video about the TDI because it's probably one of my best performing videos or series that I have. So thanks for checking it out. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know. Leave a comment, tell me about some things you've had go wrong with your POS Volkswagen. Thanks for watching Dina Machines. How about you go in your garage and fix something, huh? Have a good night.